and we were on it to deliver 4 cannon and gunpowder to Fort Wilson, a small garrison right in the middle of the Hunkpapa Sioux Indian Nation. As far as we knew, we were at peace with the Indians. Thought I'd come aboard the Enterprise for just the one trip. But my friend Captain Holden asked me if I'd make one more for him. Joshua, what are you doing to the map?
The river made a new dog leg a couple of miles back. I'm just correcting the chart.
You know, I'd think you were the best mate on the river if I didn't know you'd be selling those charts to other pilots the minute we got back to Natchez.
Well, a man has to look out for his old age, Captain.
Yeah, especially a very Scotch old man.
Hey, Captain, I think I hear some shooting.
I think you're right.
Must be Fort Wilson. We're just about there.
Turn the men out.
Aye, sir.
The fort is under attack. Break out that larboard cannon and secure it to fire broadside.
Aye, sir.
Rusty, get some powder, grape shot, and a ramrod from the hold.
Skipper, what's he say here about Indians?
They're attacking Fort Wilson. See if you can find some hogging chain to secure that cannon.
Aye, sir.
We're gonna give them a taste of grape shot.
Ah.
Up. Ready to fire, Captain.
Fire! Good shot, Joshua. They're retreating.
There's one thing you can give the British credit for, it's teaching a man how to aim a cannon. That's all I'll give them credit for, though.
Terry, head her into the Fort Wilson landing.
Aye, aye, sir.
We'll go see how bad off they are at the fort. You men keep that gun ready to fire. If those are peaceful Indians, I sure hate to get in their way when they're on the warpath.
Lieutenant Henshaw, Captain. Are we glad to see you?
How long you been under attack?
3 days.
I thought the Sioux were at peace.
Well, I suppose we've been having our share of the problems with the Indians stealing horses and the squaws coming onto the post. I suppose they took it in their fool heads to give us some trouble. Better get you right inside. The Major Daniels wanted to see you right away.
Joshua, organize the crew and get the cannon and powder unloaded. We want to get out of here before dark.
Aye, sir. You got some men and some horses to help us get the cannon up the hill.
Sam, get a detail together.
Right away, Lieutenant.
Well, let's go see the Major. I got a receipt for him to sign.
I guess you can see we lost our share of the men, Captain. Indians are very clever. Set fire to the roofs and then pick the men off as they climb up to throw water on them. It's the oldest trick in the world, but we had the chance to send the men up.
But what provoked the attack?
Oh, a lot of little things. The Major's been tightening up the last few months on discipline with us and the Indians.
You mean discipline caused the attack?
The Major reads the book word for word, every comma, period, and semicolon.
Well, that doesn't answer my question.
Well, there was a couple of Indian squaws. Not squaws girls, 16 or so. One of them liked one of the enlisted men, and she and her friend slipped onto the post 4 nights ago. The Major caught them. Well, he shaved their heads. The Major said he wasn't going to run a post with any of that going on.
So that's what started it.
Yes, sir. The girls were daughters of sub-chiefs of the Sioux. Well, cutting off their hair was like, well, cutting off the end of the nose, if you know what I mean.
I guess I know exactly what you mean. Captain Brad Turner, sir.
Major Daniels. You're about 4 days late, Captain. Glad you got here before we lost everything.
Well, I'm sorry about the delay, Major.
Did I get the 6 cannon I requisitioned?
You got 4.
4 is what I needed. That's why I ordered 6.
The old Army game, I believe it's called.
There are a lot of things called the old Army game, Captain. Things that will be changed, such as the way the Army wants to treat the Indians. You give them an inch, and they'll take complete advantage of you.
Yes, the lieutenant was telling me about the Indian girls.
That was thoughtful of the lieutenant.
Will you be needing me, sir?
There's something you wanted to do.
Yes, sir. I'd like to get the cannons up the hill.
You may go. Worst officer I ever had. Don't know how he ever became an officer. How about a drink, Captain?
I never turned down another man's liquor.
You know, we've sustained pretty heavy losses, don't you?
Yes, I could see that in the compound.
Out of a command of 50 men, I've got about 15 left. How many men do you have?
Well, since we didn't haul any passengers this trip, we crewed up with only 20. Well, what are you getting at, Major?
Let me ask you a question first, Captain. Are you aware of the importance of these military establishments here in the Dakotas? Do you realize these forts are the only law and order this territory enjoys, and without them we would be at the mercy of the Indians?
I'm aware.
I just want you to understand that what I'm about to do is not done without a great deal of considerable thought, not only of you, but of my men, and my responsibilities as an officer representing justice on the territory.
I'm going out to help with the wounded.
Of course, dear. But please stay long enough to say hello to Captain Turner. Captain Turner, my wife, Barbara.
How do you do, Captain Turner?
Mrs. Daniels, my pleasure.
Where was I, Captain?
You were upholding justice on the frontier.
Captain Turner, because the Indians attacked this fort, we are now engaged in an act of war, and according to the authority granted regional commanders by the Congress of this United States, I hereby impress you and your men into service under my command until I can gain replacements from Fort Keel.
Impress me and my men? You mean make soldiers out of us?
That's correct, under Articles 585 and 586 of the Articles of War.
Do you think for one moment that I can take your word as fact?
I don't care if you believe it or not. I gave the orders. You and your men will remain on this post.
Oh, not until you can show me those articles you mentioned.
Read it yourself. Pages 705 and 706.
When do you expect reinforcements from Fort Keel?
I'm going to dispatch 2 messengers to the fort today.
But I've got a perfectly good boat down there in the river. I'll be glad to take your messengers to Fort Keel and bring troops back.
I need all your men right here. Right now, we have to hold this fort. It would take 3 days to get to Keel and back with men. Running back could decimate this fort by then.
But you have the cannon now. You could turn them back.
Captain Turner, I have to be the judge of the possible courses of action for me to take. After all, this is not my first campaign.
All right. I'll tell my men.
Captain Turner, this is Sergeant Matthews. Please tell your men they will obey his commands as if they were your own.
Glad to meet you, sir. Don't worry, I'll take good care of your men.
I think it would be advisable, Major, if I saw to my own men.
Gee, Captain, I never seen a real fort before.
You're liable to see a lot of this one, Chipper.
You mean we're gonna stay?
I reckon so. Joshua,
Aye, sir.
come here. Joshua, we're going to help defend the fort until the Major can get reinforcements from Keogh.
That's a nice thing for us to do. Did we volunteer?
We were impressed through an act of Congress.
Sounds like when Her Majesty the Queen of England wanted Joshua McGregor for a gunner in her navy.
It amounts to the same thing. Pass the word along to the men. We take orders from the Army from now on, until they hear from me to the contrary. But tell the men quietly.
Aye, sir.
Captain, your men work well with mine.
We're a team, Major.
What part of the team are you, boy?
I'm the cabin boy, sir. I run errands when we're in port.
Fine, fine. Do you know what a orderly is?
An orderly? No, sir.
Well, an orderly is like a cabin boy. Only you take orders from headquarters.
I'd like that.
Captain, do you have a cook? Ours was killed last night. Men could use a hot meal.
Take along.
What you want, Captain?
Go down to the cookhouse and see if you can throw something together for a hot meal.
Yes, sir, but where is it?
Lieutenant! Take this man along to the cookhouse and give him all the help you can.
Sir?
I said to take this man to the cookhouse and help him get some food together.
Excuse me, sir. Shouldn't I be seeing to the mounting of the cabin since I'm the only artillery officer left?
I gave you a specific order, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir. Follow me, please.
What about the mounting of the cannon, Major?
I'll take care of it in my own time. Right now, we've got some men to bury.
Real nice equipment. Real good setup, Lieutenant. Yes, sir. Real nice. You Army boys do it up proud. I reckon we can make do with what we got here. That old major fella. Kinda mean, huh?
He's my superior officer.
Tom, if we stay here any longer, we'll all die.
Now, ma'am, Captain Turner's here. He ain't gonna let no Indian give you a haircut.
Your captain's not commanding this fort. And as long as my husband is, we will all die.
Barbara, get a hold of yourself.
Lieutenant, I'll keep a sharp eye out until you get a hanky under her nose.
I want you to take a couple of men to the Enterprise and organize a guard watch. Might even be a good idea if we anchored midstream.
Captain! Captain! The Enterprise is on fire!
All the Enterprise men, grab buckets and let's go!
Captain Turner, order your men to stay in the fort.
The boat's on fire, man!
I ordered your boat burned to make sure you didn't desert.
You ordered the boat burned. You've made a serious mistake, Daniels.
I think not, Turner. It is customary to burn equipment to keep it from falling in the hands of the enemy or offering support and comfort. It is also quite legal. This piece of paper is your receipt for your boat. I have officially requisitioned it. All you have to do is turn that receipt over to the War Office, and they'll pay you the market value of your boat.
I'm afraid you can't deal with me, Major. It's not my boat. And Captain Holden wouldn't be happy about the price.
There's little that Captain Holden can do about it now.
Skipper, the fire's out.
What do you mean?
You got eyes in your head.
Fires don't put themselves out.
This is impossible.
Matthews!
The kerosene couldn't burn off without catching on the fire. But there's 2 riders coming up the hill.
Captain, what does the kerosene can hanging around the neck mean?
It means that the Indians put out the fire.
But why?
Major, you said this isn't your first campaign. You explain why the Indians didn't let the boat burn to the water. The Major is reluctant.
I believe it is the obvious, Tucker.
A frightened soldier is already defeated. Right, Major? So he wants us all to think only of escaping.
When we leave this fort, it will be for one purpose, and one purpose only. To attack. I will not surrender this fort to Running Bear, or cause a loss of face of the United States Army at the hands of a half-naked savage.
You mean not any more than you already have?
That's enough, Turner. I will not tolerate insubordination from you or any other man in this fort. Open your mouth again and I'll put you in chains.
I'll bide my time, Major. But for one reason only. We're all, unfortunately, in this thing together, and we can all die together. Fighting you at this time isn't going to solve anything.
Why don't you get some sleep? I'm wide awake.
Sergeant Matthews catch me, he'd cut my throat on the spot.
A man has to sleep sometime. I just saw the Major's light go up a couple of minutes ago. He's asleep.
Well, we ain't supposed to. Sergeant said we're to keep an eye on you river guys.
As if we didn't know that. What's the Major think we're gonna do? Run out of the fort into those heathen arrows?
I'm so tired I don't care where I die or not. We're all in the same fix. All because the Major cut those Indian gals' hair off.
Hair is a prideful thing to some women. Cutting it's like taking away their virtue.
Oh, the Major didn't have to do that. We got a couple of guys who was in love with them. And it wasn't no handful of beads for a kiss.
Sid was in love with them.
Well, they tried to keep the Major from cutting their hair off. Sergeant Matthews shot him on the spot.
They tried to kill the Major?
Oh, I reckon they would have if they had any weapons.
Unarmed. That's quite a story. Major cuts off an Indian girl's hair. 2 of his men try to stop him, and the sergeant shoots them.
Good old Fort Epitaph.
How's that?
Fort Epitaph. That's what we call it. 'Cause that's what it's going to be. Each man is writing his own epitaph.
You're just sleepy. Why don't you go to sleep? I'll take care of things. I'll stand this watch.
Are you coming to bed?
No.
Where are you going?
I'm going out to look after the wounded men.
A woman should help the wounded. It makes her feel creative. A woman should be creative.
Don't you mean to say that a woman should create? Aren't you referring to our family?
I simply said that it is good for a woman to be creative.
Well, I mustn't be a woman then because I've never created anything. You know, the thought of that used to make me want to kill myself. But I've hardened myself to almost everything now. Your insinuations about me and the lieutenant. Your remarks all these years about my barrenness. I suppose I should try to find a way to be happy with you. Because you're so healthy and strong. A brilliant militarist. The youngest commander of a post in the Dakotas. You are all of these things, and I am none of them. So the fault is obviously mine. I accept it. I am a woman incapable of producing your likeness. But I'd like to know, Lucas, why haven't you divorced me? Because the Army wouldn't approve, would it? A divorced officer isn't accepted into Washington circles. You can't get into Valhalla without a wife.
When I go to Washington, it will be because of my military record. Nothing else.
I'm sure it will. If you live through tomorrow and the next day.
I'm not concerned about the outcome of this. We have the cannon now and fresh men.
Not when Captain Turner finds out that your ambitions are more important to you than anything else in the world, and that you started this whole thing for your own personal gains.
Certainly I'm ambitious. I'm the only Luke Daniels there is. I have no family, no brothers, no sisters, no one to carry on my name. The only thing left of Luke Daniels when I die will be what the world remembers of me. And the world is going to remember plenty. I'll see to that.
The world may remember, but will they care?
Get out of here, Barbara. Go tend the wounded.
How goes it?
I hear them Indians yapping out there every now and then, but I ain't seen nothing.
Good. I've just been up talking to Joshua. I've been trying to piece together what happened to this fort.
Well, there ain't no mystery to that. Them Indians just gave the major a licking.
I don't mean that. This is a defeated garrison. The men are ready to fold. The thing that puzzles me is why he cut off the girl's hair. That's the one punishment Running Bear couldn't ignore. Didn't he know how this would rile up the Indians?
Well, he knows it now. Captain, are we going to go on taking orders from that major and that sergeant? You know, we'd go anywhere with you. But I've no faith in that Major Daniels and a lot less in that sergeant.
Neither do I. But the law is on his side. If we disobey, he can have us court-martialed and sent to prison.
If the Indians don't get us first. Now, I've little hair, but I've no mind to have it turned into a doily to decorate some brave's teepee.
Don't worry, Carney. If it looks as though he doesn't know what he's doing, you'll get the sign from me.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad this fort has me spooked, just a little.
Take along your check on Chipper?
Oh, yes, sir. After I fixed up that mess of chow, I put him down in the cookhouse. He's asleep now. Sir, I just remembered something. Might not be able to make anything out of it, but, Tom, that lieutenant feller, he and the major's wife, call each other by the first names.
That's interesting. Well, maybe I ought to see how he feels about the major.
Teach you to sleep on guard.
Take your hands off the captain off. Blow your head off.
Are you all right, lad?
Yes, sir.
What's going on here?
Lieutenant, that man jumped me. When I was trying to defend myself, Turner here butted in.
I told your man to go to sleep. While I was on guard, your sergeant came up and kicked him.
That's right, Lieutenant. The man was asleep on duty. By rights, I should have shot him.
Lieutenant, your soldiers haven't had any sleep in 3 days. My man was awake and on guard. There was no need for this.
Captain, I can understand your man not knowing Army regulations. But the sergeant was within his rights. If he ordered the soldier to stay awake, then the soldier shouldn't have gone to sleep.
But your men have to sleep sometime.
I agree. Sergeant, I'm going to countermand you. Being there's 2 men on each guard post, I want one of them to sleep. We'll need all the rest we can get.
What about Turner? He jumped me.
I see no reason for further action. It was just a misunderstanding. You're dismissed, Sergeant.
The major isn't going to like this.
Sergeant, you can take it up with the major at your earliest convenience. We cannot fight amongst each other and expect to survive.
I've been wanting to talk to you about the Major.
What about him?
Well, what kind of an officer is Luke Daniels?
Well, sir, I can't give an opinion, my superior officer.
He gave an opinion of you. He said you were the worst officer he'd ever had.
I'm sorry that that's his opinion, sir.
Does he have something against you?
Not that I know of.
Well, what about the Major's wife?
I see your cook told you about Mrs. Daniels becoming emotional this afternoon. I was only trying to comfort her.
Hang it, man, you're not on trial. We're fighting for our lives. I just want to know why Daniels got us into this mess.
The Major acted within his authority as post commander. It's his right to judge punishment for any crime.
Do you think he knew he'd be starting a war by cutting off the Indian girl's hair?
The Major's well-versed in Indian affairs. I wouldn't question any decision he makes.
Why don't you tell him the truth about the commander, Tom? Captain, I'm sure my husband was well aware of the consequences of his actions.
But why would any post commander want an Indian uprising?
Tell him, Tom.
It's only an opinion.
Tom, don't be so insufferably pure and brass-bound. What difference does it make now? I never watched men die in front of me before. For 5 years, I felt guilty for being what I am. Guilty because I had to talk to you from time to time to keep from going stark raving mad. Guilty because my husband would never let me forget that we had no children. But none of that matters anymore. Because men have died and more men will die, and I can't carry any more guilt. Luke did this, and Luke must be judged for this.
Captain, I have no way of proving that Major Daniels started this war for his own personal gain. But it's obvious that that's what's happened. We've always been at peace with the Sioux. And then this. They've been on the post many times, and they know how many men and guns we had. I'm sure the Major wanted Running Bear's attack.
Oh. But we broke a paddle wheel, and there were no cannon in the fort waiting for the Indians when they attacked.
That's exactly what happened.
And now the Major's had his ears pinned back by Running Bear and lost face with the Sioux. That's why he's not anxious for reinforcements from Keogh. He doesn't want them to know. This changes things around a bit. We're in a box with no way out. Thank you, Tom. Barbara. There's an Indian. Where? Over by the cookhouse.
That's a pretty young Indian.
Yeah. He can't be over 17 at the most.
Well, what in the tarnation's he doing in here?
How'd he get past us?
Is he hurt?
Fall must have knocked him out.
Major, what happened to you?
This little savage sneaked into my bedroom and cut my face while I was asleep. He counted coup on me. That's what he did.
Counting coup. I never heard of that one.
It is the highest possible insult that an Indian can put on his enemy. It is even worse than scalping a man. Especially when it's done by a boy who's not yet a brave. He doesn't have his feather yet.
He's got it now. By tomorrow, it'll be all over the Sioux Nation that a boy counted coup against the great white chief of the Long Knives.
Only a chief or a son of a chief would try to count coup against another chief.
He's Running Bear's son. Tie him up!
He's got the backbone and the courage of a chief. Coming in here with only a knife.
With 2 men at every guard post? I'd like to know just how he did sneak in here, huh?
I can't rightly say, Major.
Lieutenant, countermand of my orders, sir. Said one man at each post could go to sleep.
Is that correct, Lieutenant?
Yes, sir.
From now on, you are relieved of any command. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Matthews! I hereby swear you in as a lieutenant of the United States Army under the provisions of a field commission. Raise your right hand. You're sworn in. Matthews! Come here! You too, Turner!
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant Matthews, tell the men to load the cannon with plenty of grape shot. But don't open the fort until I give the word.
Yes, sir.
Every other man's out of the ground! Come on! Go quick! Go here! Come on!
I take it you have a plan.
This little savage has just signed the defeat of his father's tribe. He's going to call his people right into the mouths of those cannon.
How's that, Major?
Running Bear is sitting out there in the dark, waiting for some sign of his son. He knows we have his son, because he doesn't.
But he must have heard the shooting. Maybe he thinks the boy is dead.
Turner, you'll have to learn to think like an Indian before you can understand them.
That's so.
If Running Bear killed one of my key men, he'd dump his body right at our gate, just as he did to those two before. He knows his son is alive, because I haven't dumped him outside the gate.
Makes sense.
So he sits out there, listening.
It's my turn to count coup on him. And that's what he's waiting for.
There doesn't seem to be any end to it. Like two men trading punches.
There'll be an end to it later tonight.
Since you don't know Indians like I do, I'm going to show you something.
White Chief is son of the dog.
When Running Bear hears his boy cry out, the old chief will order his braves to attack this fort, to wipe out the cause of his shame.
It may take a little time, but in a little while, the old man will have to attack us.
And we have the cannon.
That's about where I thought you were heading.
It'll work. It's even better than my original plan. You fouled up by being 4 days late.
It's the most brilliant, diabolical piece of strategy I've ever heard. You know your enemy well, Major. And it's a good trick to make him attack when and where you want him to.
You know, Turner, there's no reason we got off on the wrong foot this afternoon.
Oh, I think there is. Because I can't tolerate your kind. You're not going to torture that boy there because I'm not going to let you.
You're not going to let me!
And not only am I not going to let you, but I'm going to get you court-martialed for starting an Indian uprising to further your own ends. But first, I'm going to get us all out of here without any more killing if I can.
I'm going to put you in chains.
Lieutenant Matthews!
Joshua, you and Carney stay on the wall. Send Pick along and the rest of the men down here.
Turner, this is mutiny.
No, Daniels. We're going to declare you unfit for command. But your own men will decide, not us. Because I'm going to order my men to lay their rifles on the ground. And what we're going to do is in the Army manual.
Put Turner in irons, Matthews.
Yes, sir. You try it, Sergeant. I'll blow your fool head right off.
Pick along, lay down your weapon. The rest of my men do the same.
But, Captain, he wants to put you in irons.
But he won't. Now lay your blasted weapon down. That's an order.
Your men are disciplined, Captain.
Lieutenant, if you're thinking of keeping that field commission, you better hear me good. And the rest of you soldiers, listen. I can get us all out of here without any more killing. I can get us down to that boat of ours without another man dying.
I gave you a direct order.
Lieutenant Matthews, do you think the court-martial board is going to let you keep that commission when the man who gave it to you is being tried for starting an Indian uprising? Or will they think that you had a hand in it, too, and strip you of all rank?
Court-martial?
That's right. I'm asking you and your soldiers to vote Major Daniels unfit for command so we can all get out of this fort alive. If you vote with us, then you take command of the men. And that's going to look much better to the court-martial board.
Excuse me, Captain. But how do you expect to get us past those Indians down to the boat?
With the chief's son, but not like Daniels. I'm not going to torture him. I'm going to return him to his father.
This is ridiculous, Turner. We'll be slaughtered.
You may know Indians, Daniels, but a father is a father in any country.
You're going to give away the one weapon we have against Running Bear? Matthews, are you going to put this man into irons?
Well, sir, I don't know.
Go ahead. Pull that trigger. But first, you take a good look around you. How many men do you see who will go into court and say you were justified? You're dead wrong, Daniels. You're not thinking of the safety of your men, and you know it. All you want is the glory. Go ahead, put it to a vote. See how your own men think.
My men aren't supposed to think. They obey orders. I say we defeat Running Bear.
Then pull that trigger. I'll not be a party to starting a war with the Indians.
Turner, this is mutiny. I have every right to shoot you.
You're wrong. It is not mutiny. My men are not armed, and we're not trying to take command of this fort. I'm asking your men for a vote, which is a recognized practice of military law. You, soldier, how do you vote?
I don't want no more killing. Them or me. Me neither.
Matthews, you're second-ranking officer.
Major, we vote to take your command away from you.
Untie the boy. Son up, I'm going to play a little poker with a very crafty Indian.
Chief of the Long Knives, why is he treated like a prisoner?
Here is your sign, Running Bear.
It is a good sign.
The insult to the maidens of Running Bear's tribe has been answered.
I will take back my cub. What will the punishment be to the White Chief?
White Chief will bear the disgrace of his failure when he faces his chief. You may take your boy and go.
You and your men may go to the canoe.
Running Bear is wise. He counsels with the wind, the fox, and the bear.
Chief of the big canoe is wise also. He counsels with the rivers, with the beavers, the water snake.
Up to it. Come on. You move up there.
All at flank! Joshua, back her out in the river.
Captain, may I speak with you?
Certainly, Barbara. Drop into my cabin as soon as we're underway.
Thank you. say this exactly, except that I somehow feel responsible for Luke ending up like this. Maybe it would have been different if we'd had a son. I don't really know. But is there some way that he could lead his own men when we get to Fort Keogh? I mean, give him a chance to tell what happened himself rather than like this, a prisoner.
Well, I don't even know if he'd want that, Barbara.
Oh, he's such a prideful man. I'm sure he'd much rather turn himself in than have Matthews do it.
Well, let me think about it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
You can wait in the corridor, Terry. Daniels, I hope you've had a chance to realize and admit to yourself all the mistakes you've made.
I thought.
Doesn't it hurt just a little?
Your reminding me doesn't help. Is your coming here your way of punishing me?
Well, I don't think that punishing you, Daniels, is my job. I just had a talk with your wife. And she asked me if I wouldn't let you take what's left of your command to Fort Keogh and turn yourself over.
Wouldn't any man rather surrender himself? What will my men say?
It's all right with the enlisted men. Lieutenant Matthews doesn't agree. Lieutenant Henshaw doesn't care. He said his enlistment was up and he was going back to the river. If I give you back your command, you can do with Matthews what you wish.
Henshaw can have his release. I'll take care of Mr. Matthews. What I don't understand, Captain, is why you let me turn myself in.
Well, a lot of reasons, I guess. I happen to believe that there must be a lot of soldier in you. You must have gone through hell when I forced you out in front of Running Bear. I think you might turn out right and be a really fine officer. You've got the mind for it. If we ever get into a war, it's men like you will save our necks. Your powerful sense of duty and the discipline you execute it with may not apply to civilian life. But certainly you'll make an excellent officer.
What are my wife's plans?
She didn't say.
I guess I can't blame her.
You may have the run of the boat, Major.
He had been born round half his field when an ugly serpent bit his heel.
Where'd you get that stuff? It's private stock. The salon isn't open when we're not carrying passengers.
I'll have some of that.
You lay a finger on it, and when you get up off the floor, I'll tell you what you did wrong.
Matthews! Leave that man alone.
I understand you are against Captain Turner's proposition.
You're supposed to be under arrest, Daniels. What are you doing up here?
Just looking for you.
Here I am. Well, before I call a captain, what do you want?
I just wanted to tell you that when we get to Keogh, you will report as Private Matthews.
Daniels, you're under my command now. And I'm going to make life as tough for you as you made it for me.
And when do you propose to start, Mr. Matthews? Now get up on your feet if you can. You're under arrest for striking a superior officer.
You're wrong, Major. I'm in command here. Your command was taken away.
No!
Put your gun away, Major.
Now just stay back and out of the way. Now get up on your feet.
It was your doing, Major. You made me an officer. Now I'm in a position to judge you.
You're drunk.
Now get up or I'll put another bullet through you.
Not until I've passed sentence on you. You want to know what my decision is, Major?
I'm not interested in your decision.
You better hear it, Major. My decision for you is death by firing squad.
Matthews didn't kill him. Luke could have shot first. My husband killed himself. All he wanted was a son. You've given one to so many. Why not to Luke?
Boy, the Army was never like this.
You're gonna give it all up, huh?
Yes, sir. Get right back to the river.
I've got a notion that Captain Holden could use a good hand like you. When you get out of the Army, look me up. I'll put in a good word for you.
Well, that sure would be nice of you, but you hardly know me.
Don't worry about that, lad. I know you better than you think.
Sure good to be back home again.